telling me that's the Archduke's son?
In the flesh. Saw him once when I was your age.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge, and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So wait. The bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Faster! Sideways.
Come along now. We'll find another way.
The bastards are lucky I didn't.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For us, area!
For us, area!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
More dragons.
Worse. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
A noble stand, albeit
a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud! Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in it. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects...
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before a sound strategy.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience. especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the Mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. All right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Maddo in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
On your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Why then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Typical nobles.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Ever the charmer. What will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it. The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the Orthodoxy holds the Mother Crystal sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago, in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether, and with the Blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Drastanus, home of Drake's Breath, and plucked it from the Duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of Duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island. And with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drastanus the holiest of holy grounds. from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drake's breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal, but not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
And how may I assist you today? While the Iron Blood may not be your chief concern, you will most certainly be there.
I didn't take you for a scholarly van.
Oh, this? I borrowed it from... where's your sense of adventure, Sid? From Spit...
If it...
Well, but you're made...
Something tells me you won't be
Fantastic!
So...
the only... a bit...
Does the book say...
Well, only the...
Rose it. One of the book...
Nothing but unwanted violets will do, if I'm to resurrect this stew. As to what they might be...
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here can't exactly leave home.
Ah, well.
Unwanted.
Your look used to shiny.
Do.
Think. Stay sharp.
After what the Empire did to Martha's not, I'd be daft to stay. Don't you go causing any trouble now.
Good girl. Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against. wasteland. Fool! I better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad.
Did you find...
I did indeed.
Marvellous! Let's see. What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous, surely.
You wouldn't be wrong. But that's your unwanted...
I present Chance's Stew, risen once again from the ashes of obscurity. Grab a spoon, Sid.
I'm mad.
Well... And it takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavours, but never have I tasted anything so fine.
You're...
A sick... Well, that was...
I could have sworn we had a few more. Let's have a little look.
How did we never hear about these guardians of the...
What's the matter, Nectar? The hunt board? It's where the curse breakers post sightings of just because they can't... Right. The people of Valor, the last thing they... about... I don't think so.
Oh, Clive!
The patrons, does that...
Oh, no, I still... Business is busy. Still. Words are immortal. Come to claim your just desserts? All yours.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
There are new billets being posted about these Guardians of the Flame.
Not enough swords to see.
They never heard about us, I expect.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen. Now, Martel. Sid, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know...
It's good to know there's something of the old hideaway still.
Martel's pride and joy. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like.
Impressive.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers. You couldn't...
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news.
Oh, she always had it. Here you go. You hear that, Mom?
Typical nobles.
You two look like you could use something.
Martel.
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked?
These aren't those apples, are they? She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
How did we never hear about these guardians of the flame?
Every day.
A gift from...
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd have them right from the branch, made Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that... Hang on. I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me.
Well, I've got some manners at least. You can leave it.
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a... Normally, something... It's like... I'm...
Fine.
No.
But if he doesn't want...
All right. Now, wait a bit.
Them old apples were enough to curdle your guts. But these beauties...
Here for another of my lectures. How may I help you today?
Of course.
Here you are. Very good.
Them old apples were enough. Typical nobles.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
Cursebreakers sent their
They remembered her. After all these years, I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martell lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you.
By the way...
Of course not. They like your fruit, Martell. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
Which is why you shouldn't go eating them unless you know what you're doing.
August, I
Talk, please.
What?
Karen and I, anyway. There.
All right. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something if he has doubts.
I couldn't agree.
He said he assumed... Glad. Karen. You don't... Thank you, Karen.
At least...
So... It sounds like going after that griffin might be the best job. Good idea.
I could have sworn we had a few more. Typical nobles.
We're not alone.
Good girl.
Faster!
Thanks, girl.
Careful.
If that's what I think it is, this isn't gonna be easy. Nice try. rest well. I know I will.
Come on. Fly, Ambrosia.
You'll not find a bruised pin.
Look at this place.
Keep them pilgers nice and chilled.
And what can I do for you? You've a keen eye. An excellent choice. Come back again.
There's talk that the Glassgate flood has finally spread to the worm.
But that'd mean half of Oriflamme's under.
How did we never hear about these guardians?
Monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
Back, are you?
I always thought... Oh.
Good seeing you.
Come on.
Yeah!
Time to fight.
Ready, go? Run like the wind.
Thanks, Gal.
Faster!
All right. Goblins. So even my first mission was in vain.
Good girl. Run out the wind.
Looks like part of an old fallen airship. Pity I can't take a look inside. Damn bandits. You'll regret coming here.
Company.